It's number, that word west is number 8220. 8220 of the Hebrew, in that same place when you go to Deuteronomy 33 and 24, and it says Yama, a large body of water. Right here, and I have it marked so that they can go where my finger is there, on Yum. So the word west was put there. West should not be there for Naphtali. It's seas or bodies of water. Who's in the southern seas? Our brothers, Naphtali. The Hawaiians and Samoans. Yes, they are our people. They're from the tribe of Naphtali. Again, it shouldn't be south, possess the south in the west. It should be the south and the seas. What's that? On your map, South Pacific. Naphtali in the South Pacific. What people or aborigines are in the South Pacific? The South Pacific before Japan and the Asians came over to control them, the way the Europeans are controlling the Indians here today and the other tribes here today. Hawaiians were there already. They came over here in 718 BC. Samoans, and they're the aborigines of these lands, Hawaii and Samoans. And there's a few other islands down there. You have Honolulu, a lot of those little islands down there. They're from the tribes of Israel. They're from the seed of Naphtali, their father. They give goodly words. Aloha. And we're here to say aloha to you, brothers and you sisters over in Hawaii. You were lost, but now you're found. Let's go next to the tribe of Ephraim. Let's go to Genesis 49 and 22. Ephraim today is whom we would call the so-called Baliko Taino Indians, or the Puerto Ricans. All right? Your father Joseph saved the land. He was a dreamer of dreamers. He saved the land by going into Egypt and saving the earth from 7 years of famine. He told the Egyptians exactly how to store the grain so that the whole earth can pay homage and get food and get saved through Egypt. If Joseph would not have went into the land, the whole earth, all the people would have died of famine. So the Lord used Israel, or Joseph, or Ephraim to save the earth. All right? Ephraim or Joseph made Egypt great. All right? And then after Egypt became great under Joseph, Joseph called his brothers in, and they partook with the blessings of Joseph. And when Israel left Egypt, they took your father's bones. Joseph, yes. Joseph is the father of Ephraim, which is the Puerto Ricans, and Manasseh, which is the modern day Cubans. All right? Let's go to Genesis 49 and 21. Read that.
Genesis 49 and 22.
Yeah, and 22, excuse me. Go ahead.
Joseph is a fruitful bow.
Joseph is a fruitful bow. To let you know, they like to have a lot of children. They're fruitful. Go ahead.
Even a fruitful bow by a well.
Go ahead.
Whose branches run over the wall.
Whose branches run over the wall. To let you know, they have a lot of children, and they stay in one home. They don't like to spread their family out all over the place. They like branches that run over the walls. You have 2 generations, 2-3 generations living under one roof. Okay? Read on.
The archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him and hated him.
Who's the archers? The conquistadors who came over to your land and called it Puerto Rico, or called the land a port of riches. Why? Because the Baliko Taino Indians, before that land was called Puerto Rico, was playing with diamonds like marbles. You had so much riches that they started calling you after the riches of your land. Before that, you was not called Port of Riches. The Spaniards named you Puerto Rican. You were from the tribe of Joseph. Go ahead. Read on.
Excuse me.
That's fine.
But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hand were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob.
But the Most High made Ephraim strong. That's why they are proud as a so-called nation today. But they are a tribe. They are very proud and strong people. They're from the tribe of Ephraim. Go to Deuteronomy 33 and 13. Deuteronomy 33 and 13. And now a lot of these prophecies also link to Manasseh, which are the Cubans. Because Manasseh and Ephraim were brothers. They were Joseph's sons who were adopted into the 12 tribes by Jacob. Alright? Let's read Deuteronomy 33 and 13 down to 17.
And of Joseph he said, Blessed of the Lord be his land, for the precious things of heaven, for the dew and for the deep that coucheth beneath, and for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon, and for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the lasting hills, and for the precious things of the earth and fullness thereof.
So the earth gave forth all her fruits to Ephraim. And we know Puerto Rico as a very fruitful land. The waters, everything just fruitful. So when the Spaniards or Europeans came over, they called it the Port of Riches. They started destroying the man-child and started destroying the people so they can take over the riches that were in the land. Read.
And for the goodwill of him that dwelleth in the bush, let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren.
And it says, those that dwelleth in the bush. That's why they called them, excuse the quote, when they came over here, called them, bush niggers and stuff like that. By names. Because they were known for living amongst the bushes. And it says right here, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. Joseph was separated from his brethren. To do what? To save his people by going into Egypt and saving the earth through 7 years of famine. So Ephraim became the top tribe of the northern kingdom while you were still in Israel. You were leaders. You were leaders until wars broke out and Ephraim started fighting against Judah. And that same envy was on us for a long period of time, and now you can see it's coming off of us now. We're starting to connect again. So that spirit of envy, that fighting that we had against each other is now coming off of us. The Spirit got us coming together again. And all praises be to the Most High for that. Okay? I need you to go to Hosea 7 and 8 down through 16. Hosea 7 and 8. Now a lot of these prophecies connects to Manasseh, which are the Cubans also. Everywhere Ephraim went, Manasseh went because they were brethren. Joseph had 2 children out of Egypt. Ephraimites, which are the so-called Puerto Ricans, and Manassites, which are the modern day Cubans. Okay? Let's go to Hosea 7 and 8. Let's read that.
Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
Ephraim have mixed himself among the people. So that's why you have a real dark Ephraimites, like almost Negroid, or to Negroid, like a Trinidad, to a real light skin, like J-Lo and Mark Anthony. Ephraim have did